This morning, we're going to take a couple of honey buns out for our wonderful pigs. What I like to do is open up the snack, in this case the honey buns, before we get out there, so I don't try to fight the pigs while trying to get into the wrappers. Now, I have to try to be as quiet as possible because what I don't want to have happen are all of the goats run up. Goats, they don't need snacks like this. If they all run up, they're going to create chaos and just wreak havoc on our friendly operation here. Trudy, sweetie, come here. Here comes Trudy, y'all. Come here, Trudy. Trudy has amazing hearing. Sweetie, I have a snack for you, baby. Let's go ahead and give Trudy her snack first. Sweetie, look. It's a honey bun, sweetie. Oh, boy. You like that, sweet girl? Oh, man. She loves her a honey bun. Trudy says, thank you, everybody, for the delicious honey bun treat. That makes my tummy feel so happy. We know it does, sweetie. You love your honey buns, don't you? Just like your daddy. I love my honey buns, too. All right, let's go find somebody else. All right, I don't know for sure who's hiding over here in the loafing shed. I do see Annie and Indy, and they're fine. But who we're hunting for are pigs. We're looking for pigs, Annie. Indy, we're looking for pigs. Oh, there's Peggy Pig. Peggy Pig. Sweetie. Sweet Peggy Pig. Sweetie. Peggy. Peggy, I got you a honey bun, sweetie. You want a honey bun, sweetie? Let's get you out of the dirt. Oh, my goodness gracious. She loves her some honey. Oh, baby's going to get all dirty, sweetie. I don't care about a little dirt. A little dirt don't never hurt nobody. Sweetie, hurry and eat it, sweetie. Oh, Peggy Pig is so nasty. Trudy, do not mess with her. That's her honey bun, Trudy. Peggy Pig, you got it. Baby, if you snooze, you lose. Trudy, you had two now. That's no fair. Did y'all see Pig Trudy get two honey buns? All right, let's grab another honey bun and we'll go find Pig Newton. And Tilly, would you mind? We're gonna go find Pig Newton and Tiny Tim. Wasn't that so sad that Peggy Pig could not get her honey bun down fast enough and Pig Trudy come up and found it? Okay, I see another pig over here. That noise you hear is my neighbor, Mr. Pete. He's mowing his grass. Hey! Psst, hey! I can't tell if that's Tiny. I think that's Tiny Tim. Tiny Tim! Trying to be real quiet because we have goats out on the pasture. And we do not want those goats to come get us. Timmy! Hey, Timmy! Tim! Would you like one? He's like, I don't know. I've been watching my diet. I've been really trying to cut back on my sugar. But tell you what, I don't want to be mean and turn down a gift. So you know what? I'll eat it just this once. But just this once, because as you can see, I am trying to get back into the best shape of my life. You're doing good there, Timmy. We're real proud of you. Very proud of you, Timmy. All right, now where is Pig Newton? Something horrible just happened. That big bird just knocked that honey bun onto the ground. And if we're not careful, you know who's going to see it. You've already had yours. You actually had two. Oh. So it looks like Debbie has knocked that honey bun onto the ground. I'm glad she did not eat it. It's still there and Trudy never saw it. So that's good. All right, we're still good. All right, so I've blocked off river access temporarily, so we're not concerned with having to go to the river to find Pig Newton. But I think I'll find him laid up somewhere along this creek. Now, he could always be out on the pasture with the goats. I don't know that for a fact. But what he likes to do is come down and lay around the water source. And he'll get up in all this high, weedy, nasty stuff and just lay out. He likes to do that. But I don't, oh no. The goats have been alerted. Darn it. The goats have been alerted and they found us. Trudy, you're not getting another one, sweetie. Guys, we're not gonna feed these goats a honey bun, even though Trudy thinks she might can find a way to sneak in another one. Newton. Guys, Newton is somewhere hiding in all this high, weedy, nasty stuff. I just don't see him. Let's find him. We're gonna cross over right here. All right, we're looking for a black pig who's gonna be laid up somewhere in all of this mess. Where do you start? Where do you even start? Because I'm not gonna walk down in all that mess. Hey guys, have y'all seen Pig Newton? No? Pig Newton. There's no way I'm gonna walk down through all that, friends. There's no way. But he's here somewhere. If he doesn't hurry and come out, then we're gonna end up having to give this to somebody else. Trudy, stop following me around. I'm not gonna feed you another honey bun. You've already had 2. I might just have to take this back and share it with, hold on. I see a whole bunch of rooting over here. Someone has been rooting around this area like crazy. This is an area, guys, this is what we've been looking for. Look at here. Someone has been rooting around here like crazy. And look at all the natural cucumbers growing on the ground over here. This is definitely a sign of Pig Newton. So he's going to be in this area somewhere. We have to find him. Newt! Now the problem is he can't hear a darn thing. These pigs don't have the best of hearing. Where is he? Newt! Newt! Oh. Do you all remember that one time we found Pig Newton laying over there by the river? He found a little natural spring, and he went down to that natural spring, and that's where he would lay. Looky here. See where he's been laying up in there? Newt! Sir, I'm not gonna do this. I say I'm not gonna do it, and here I am doing it. The lengths that you go through to try to give your pigs a snack. I do not want to get on a snake. That's my biggest worry is I walk out across there and step on a snake and I end up getting myself bit trying to do something nice. Trudy, I'm not giving you another one. You can follow me all you want to, but I'm not feeding you another one. Ringo, do you eat honey buns, sir? Hey, here we go. Ringo, do you eat honey buns? Think you'd eat one of those? Well, avoid the wrapper. Hold on, Ringy. There. Ringo, Ringo, if you would just settle. You don't eat the paper. There you go, Ringo. All right, so not to worry, friends. The honey bun did not go to waste. Ringo will absolutely eat a honey bun. He's also been watching his figure, but he's lucky that he's able to metabolize sugars a lot better than most people can. As you can see there, Ringo has no problem with his shapeliness whatsoever. Trudy, be sweet. That's for Ringo. He's eating it. Okay, well, there goes our honey buns. Thank you so much for the kind gift. For you all who are wondering why I've not mowed all that down, guys, we're trying to stop the erosion in this pasture. And you can see from the far side of the creek where we've had some serious erosion issues. If we don't do something, we're just gonna have that go all the way back to our fences and to our paddocks, and that's not a good thing. So over on this side, we've been doing a lot of land clearing, a lot of piling limbs, burning stuff off as we can. I don't want to do a whole lot of mowing. I know you would like to see more of a grassy pasture, and that is our goal. But our goats are enjoying foraging out here on all this stuff. What in the world? How did you get that? That was in my pocket. Our goats are enjoying foraging out here on this pasture, grazing. Hi, Shirley Bird, baby. I don't bring... Oh, Leonard, do you have to be so mean to her? She only wants a snack. Oh, Leonard. Hey, Shirley, I love you, but I did not bring you a honey bun, sweetie. Goats don't eat honey buns. Anyway, we've been doing a lot of work on the pasture here. You can see how clean it's looking. We would like eventually to have some good grass out here. What we have growing is a lot of this crabgrass. Look at here. This is what they call crabgrass. It doesn't grow high, so it's not good for grazing, but it does have a wonderful ground cover. And we like that because what we want to have is enough grass going along through here, so when it does rain and there's heavy rains coming off the hill, it'll hold the soil in place. Now on that far hillside, because there's so many trees, we can't really get grass to grow over there. So I will plant some winter grass pretty soon. Some ryegrass will grow, which will help a little bit. But we're gonna have to come by along through there, and I believe we're gonna have to use a row of rock, like they did over here on this side, to kind of slow down the water flow off that hill. Poor Piggy Pig. She knows she just lost half her honey bun to a very aggressive pig Trudy. Oh, isn't that just wonderful? Don't you all just love seeing the pigs living this kind of a life? Ringo's trying to cross the creek, and whatever pig that is has laid right down there in that mud and rolling around having a wonderful time. That's Trudy. That's our sweet Trudy. There's her face. When I see her face, I can tell her apart. Oh boy, here she comes. No, our wonderful Peggy Pig is walking down now towards a little dry creek over here. And I say dry creek, it's not completely dry right now. You know, we have so many springs that feed into this water over here that we actually have a small flowing current. And even though there's not a pond on this side of the pasture, this is a great place for the pigs because they really do enjoy living along this creek over here. And then what I love so much is seeing pigs like Peggy, like Tiny Tim, getting out every day, wandering around, foraging, grazing, rooting, doing all the things that pigs should do. And I think that they're living a very healthy lifestyle. So as much as you may not like me giving them an occasional snack, a honey bun, or a serving of oatmeal or some cheese puffs or whatever it may be, I really do think that they're enjoying their life over here, and they're getting plenty of exercise. Right, sweetie? You guys are exercising. You can walk down to the creek and lay around. You can go do some rooting in the mud and do all those fun things. Oh, look at our dirty girl, friends. Look at our dirty girl. Sweetie, you used to be so clean and pretty, and now you're dirty and pretty. With clay. She has clay on her nose. That clay's not going to come off very easy. Oh, man, we love her. Don't we, y'all? We love her so much, right? Yes, we do. And I do think the pigs are very happy here. We think that she's mechanically deaf. And that happens a lot with pigs as they start kind of gaining weight. Sometimes the tissue around their ears will swell, with the weight, that it ends up cutting off a lot of hearing. We've also seen pigs that are mechanically blind. They get so much fat tissue around their eye sockets that even though they can see fine, they have so much fatty tissue around their eyes that their eyes end up closing. Oh boy. You're very healthy, Dinky Daryl. You don't need honey buns. Now, don't you all sit there and worry because we can't find Pig Newton, friends. I promise you, Pig Newton is here. And come this afternoon, feed time, once we come out and with our buckets of feed and whatnot, Pig Newton will come a-running. I promise you that. So he's fine. He's just out laying in that pasture somewhere. Found him a nice spot, and he's good. This is a really nice sign, seeing Annie come out for her afternoon cool down. I want to talk to you real fast about something regarding our beloved alpaca, both Okie and Ernie. And there was a little bit of confusion, I think, on the part of Ellie and Megan when they were so surprised to find out that Ernie was also sick. We knew that Okie was not feeling real well, but Ellie and Megan were so surprised that on the exact same day that we took Okie dokie to the hospital, we also took Ernie, who could be a healthy donor in case he needed some kind of a blood transfusion, which he actually did. But Ernie, we found out once we got there, was also not maybe as bad off as Okie was, but he was very sick. And in fact, he is very sick. But Ellie and Megan made a video on that same day, that same afternoon, and they were both so surprised at how Ernie was allowing them to touch him. And so I think that the confusing part was the fact that they assumed it was because Ernie is trusting and he's starting to gentle down so much. But in fact, Ernie was allowing them to touch him because he was too sick to resist and to run off. And so that was a hard concept to explain. But like the vet said, if you have an animal that normally runs and is very skittish to be around you when you reach to touch, and all of a sudden on one day they're allowing you to touch your hands and put your hands all over them, that's not because there's been some kind of miraculous calming effect from that animal. But in fact, the animal is too sick to resist. So by coming out and seeing Annie and Indy walking up to get their water, I want to show you something. If I turn the water off and try to reach out and touch her, she's still saying, you know what, we don't do that. You can spray me all you want to, but you ain't gonna be putting your hands on me. And so that makes us feel good. Now, we've also had a fecal sample sent in for both of these, along with our goats. And even though there is a little bit of a worm count, which is very typical, it's a very normal worm count, because all of your babies here are going to have some kind of a parasite. Now, they can handle it, but they also know, the vets know what numbers you need to look out for. When they get to a certain number of counts per whatever, that's when you have to be worried. But no, all of our animals here are fine. They're in a specific range, and we're good. What they've advised us to do, though, just to be on the safe side, is to stop, absolutely stop putting any feed on the ground, even if it's on top of hay. You know that I don't like to feed in the dirt, obviously, but I don't mind feeding on top of the hay. But it is always through fecal matter that those parasites are transferred. And whereas goats have a stronger resistance to certain parasites than what the alpaca do, we need to either move our alpaca away from our goats, which we don't want to do that because we know they get along so well, or we have to start feeding in containers off the ground, containers that we can keep cleaned up and washed out. And so I will have to get better at that. I have been known to, put my feed, spread it around the pasture, even sometimes putting it on the ground where there could be a potential, pickup of fecal matter while they're eating. So we have plenty of containers we can set and hang on the fence lines. You see a few over here that have been knocked off the fence. Carl, don't do that. He wants to fight me so bad. Carl, be sweet. But we're going to come out a little bit and get all of these containers cleaned up, washed out, bleached out, and I'll hang them in different locations. So when I feed it this afternoon and I put their grains out, it'll all be in containers, and they will be able to eat them off the ground safely and not have any fears of contaminating themselves from fecal matter. One of the hardest things to do, though, is you can also exchange fecal matter in their water supply. So changing that water out at least twice a day is just so very essential. It's a long, boring, and just taxing to sit here and spend so much time trying to change waters out twice a day. But we do know that sometimes the animals will walk by, the pigs, the goats, and as they're drinking water, they'll sometimes accidentally maybe poop. And that poop, as you can see right there, will sometimes land in the water. So that has to be addressed. We have to find a way to allow the babies a place to drink, a place to cool off, but not end up using the restroom in their own water supply. And so, there was a really hard lesson learned. I mean, it was the hardest of lessons to be learned with our sweet Okie. We miss him terribly. But I really do think that our properties, all three of our properties are going to, the animals, the babies on our property are going to come out so much further ahead now that we've learned a very important lesson. And we've been advised on how we can make sure that our babies are going to be able to live their very best life. part of that means, not only their outside physical being, but even their inside. It's one last job that I have to do, and I'd like you to help me and join me, because it is always funner and gooder doing things with people you love and care about. You know that. Come hang out with the horses. Peggy's like, hello to my horsey friends. Hey, Rita. Hi, sweetie. Oh, Rita. Baby, I love you so much. Can I get some lovin's? Hi, sweet girl. Oh, my goodness, I love this girl. Oh, I love this girl so much. We got a job to do, Rita. We got us a job to do. Come on, Rita. You can help me. All right, so I've been coming through this gate with my tractor trying to do a couple of jobs. This is not a hard job to do, but what I have to make sure of is I put my panel close enough to the gate where the goats can't squeeze their heads through it, and I'm taking some zip ties and just holding it up with the zip ties alongside the gate. And that should help quite a bit. So now we have the gate closed and locked, but we also have this panel. You see the panel on the inside of it that's leaned up against the gate here. So the goats can come down, and they can eat all around this area if they want to, help us keep it cleaned up. But they can no longer put their heads through my fence to get to my roses or my other shrubs, my landscaping, and they sure can't climb themselves all the way through it anymore. So that's what we had to do to keep our goats off the road and a little bit safer. Thank you guys for watching. We appreciate you guys hanging out with us. It's always funner and gooder. And listen, we will catch you guys on the next video.
Don't let your troubles fester. Come watch Longhorn Lester.
Yeah, something like that.